sometimes she has her faults, I just overlook it, but generally I would say 90% she's a nice girl. She's so obedient, she's diligent with her job, even though what does she even do just to come and sweep? She doesn't even mop every day. She mops 3 times a week. Initially it was 2 times a week, just Monday and Saturday. I had to make it 3 times. So she mops 3 times a week. 3 times a week. She doesn't come on Sundays. She cooks, and sometimes I even cook. And she doesn't carry my baby, because my baby became so clingy that you can't even carry him. Like, it's just me and his dad. So the nanny thing is no longer there. She's not doing the nanny job. And the house help, she cooks once in a while, she cleans, she sweeps, she cleans, and she washes clothes, and she follows me to the market. So most times, like most days, before 12 noon, she's already done with her work. She just stays back and sleeps. She sleeps, like practically sleeps till maybe when it's time to make lunch. I just wake her, and most times we don't even cook lunch. It's either we warm a meal from the freezer, or we don't even take lunch, or maybe we just take fruits. Me personally, I don't take lunch because I'm watching my weight, like I'm working on myself. I don't take lunch. So then when it's time for dinner, we take dinner early. So once it's 5, 6, she's already making dinner. Even the dinner, maybe soup is already in the freezer. It's just to make the swallow, or little things like that. So most times she sleeps more than she works, but she resumes by 7 a.m. and then closes by 7 p.m. Generally, she's a good girl. So fast forward to when we moved in here in March this 2023. I asked her if she was still going to be, because yes, I forgot to say, she used to trek to work in the morning and trek back in the evening. But this distance is like 30 minutes go, 30 minutes come, when we were living at our former place. You guys understand? So 30 minutes go, 30 minutes come when we were living at our former place, and she does that every day, which I don't even think is a beauty, because honestly, I can walk that distance. I feel it's even good for the body. So when we moved here, although it's the same area, like where she lives and where we live, they have the same name, but the distance is more far compared to when we were living at our former place. So now that we moved here, the distance is like 35 minutes go, 35 minutes come to our place. And I asked her if she was still going to work with us, and she gladly said yes, that she will still be coming here. So she was still coming here and then still going every evening like that. Remember I said she's not even doing the nanny job at all. She doesn't attempt to, my baby will not even allow her to touch him. Like my son is just like that since he became 6 months, and he's still like that from then till now. So it's just the cleaning she was doing, and errands and like that. So I forgot to mention, before she came, she was learning tailoring, and me, I'm a fashion designer, and if I see somebody that wants to learn, people that know me know, if you are willing to learn, me, I will teach you. I'll teach you how to sew if you're willing to learn. Like when I had the fashion house, I had a lot of apprentices, and I have people that can testify to that. And I was so good to them. I was at my best behavior with them. So she once in a while she would bring PCs and ask that she want, even from my former house, that she wants to use my machine. I'll be gladly, I'll say she should use now. Even I'll be asking her that, how can you not know how to use industrial machine? Can you use industrial machine? You know, I wanted her to be like a better version of herself, even if it's not like I'll send her back to where she's learning, let her go and learn more. She can definitely learn with me if she wants to learn with me. So initially when she came, that November, all those December work, anytime I'm cutting, I will forcefully, I'm using the word forcefully because she doesn't stand up to me. So sometimes I'll be like, maybe she's thinking the relationship, because of the relationship, you know, it's a different thing if you're seeing somebody as your boss that you learn work from. And it's a different thing if you're seeing somebody like your boss that you are like, your madam in the house that you're working with. But I would not want her to see me that way. When I'm cutting, I will call her to me, so she will stand by me, and then we'll cut together. Then she will look at what I'm saying. But I discovered that she's not really happy doing that. She just wants to lie down and sleep once she's done with her house chores or whatever she has to do in the morning. She just wants to sleep. So I stopped calling her. If she comes to me when I'm sewing, I welcome her. I explain what I'm doing, and if she doesn't come, I just let her be. So it kept on being like that. But deep down me, I wanted her to learn more. So sometimes she will bring, let's say maybe she has 1 or 2 yards of clothes from somewhere, of fabric from somewhere. She would bring it and then sew it to her understanding. She doesn't even sew with measurements. Like, she's not perfect yet. She can join, but she doesn't sew with measurement for you to know that she's not good yet. Like, she can only sew for herself, and when she sews it and she sees that it's tight, she will open it, and when she sees that it's too big, she will slim it. You know, that kind of sewing. She doesn't know how to sew with a tape rule, like a measurement yet. So like that, I really wanted her to learn, but she was not interested in that. So I just scrapped that away. I no longer talk about she coming to join me when I want to sew. So going to what she did, Congo. I know I said we moved in here in March, and then she followed us. Generally, I would say she does not bomileno. If you know what bomileno means, you understand. She has her own faults and she apologizes when she does them, but she's not a reward person. She's not a bad person. I don't really know of that her sister, but she herself, she's not a bad person. She's still like a small girl that is still kind of obedient. So when this rainy season came around that April, May, I'm talking of last month, May, she complained about their house leaking, that their house is very, very bad. Their compound is always so flooded and all of that. That like, if they have their way, they would want to relocate and leave that house. That was like April. So sometimes in May, she came and said that the house had gotten so bad that they could no longer live there. That even one of their neighbors fetched 4 paint containers of water, entered the house overnight. That like they want to leave. That they saw one house, that the house is a so amount that she and, because her sister too works somewhere, that she and her sister, they are trying to gather money to put together and then pay for the rent. Okay, so that was like in May. Then early this month of June, she came and said that the house that okay, when we were to pay her in May, she came to me and said, can I pay advance? But before then, I noticed something. She has been taking little things in the house. Days of onion, days of Maggi, days of crayfish, days of there was one day I caught her almost taking fried meat from the freezer. But there's this belief of mine, when somebody steals something and that thing is food, I feel it's because they are hungry. It's not because they want to sell it to make money or anything. So even if I get angry at them or correct them that what they did is wrong, I will still eventually give them the thing. So those times when I saw her with those things, I told her that what this thing she's doing is not good, she should stop it. But I still gave them to her to take them home. So she came end of May and said that, can we pay her in advance, that so that she'll be able to complete the rent? And we were like, okay. So we paid her for that May, and we paid her almost half of this June that has not finished, so that they'll be able to complete the rent. So she came like 2 days later, and I asked her, I was even asking her how far with the house, have they been able to pay Kinikon. She said the house that they paid for, another agent took another person there, and the person paid, and that person's money got to the landlord's hand first. So it's as if their own money now is just hanging with the agent, like the landlord has not received it and the person had already like packed in or something, the other person. So like they were looking for another house that there was even a day she was supposed to come to work. That day was on a Saturday. I even made a video about, I spoke in my video about her not coming to work that Saturday, that I had a lot of things to do, and she told me that they wanted to go and like fight the agent, that the agent didn't want to return the money when it was so glaring that someone else already packed into the house. That the agent was supposed to return the money, he didn't want to return that. She would not be able to come to work that day. I said fine, and the agreement was that from the onset, that any day she didn't come to work, I was going to remove it from her salary, but that particular day I didn't remove it. I'm talking about this June. I didn't remove it because I already paid her off now. She had already gone and I didn't remove that day. So guys, when she came on Monday 5th of June, that's like the first Monday in this month of June, I asked her how far with the house, and then she told me they moved yesterday 4th of June to the second one they saw. Like the agent already refunded the money and they've moved. I was so happy for her. But you know, we know that their former house very, very well. In fact, my husband knows that house before we even found that girl, like the sister. Before we got to know the sister, my husband knows that house. You get, so we know the house. We know where we could locate her and all of that.